So about a year ago, I saw a video on YouTube where a man had a Barlow. It was a Baron son. It was this size right here. It was a single blade, so it was about as thick as this one right here, nice and thin. And it had a razor blade, like this blade right here, instead of being a regular clip blade. And I thought that was one of the neatest, best looking knives I'd seen. And I thought to myself, I'm going to keep an eye out and see if I can find one of those. And the one he had like a scrimshaw pattern on the handle. It was either white bone or white synthetic. I believe it was white bone. But I went looking for them, couldn't find them anywhere. Well, the other day, I saw it pop up as a deal, and it's still on special right now. Let me show you what I've found. Hello everybody, hope y'all are doing good out there. In this video, we're going to be unboxing a knife and taking a look at it. I have not taken a look at this knife yet, and I'm super excited about this. I really hope that this knife don't disappoint me. This is a knife I've been wanting for a long time, and it finally popped up, and not only did it pop up, it was on sale for a great price, and so I'll talk about that after I get done with this right here. But let's go ahead and do the unboxing. First off, you can see this is a Baron son. Made in USA. I don't reckon there's much to look at or much to see on the box. But this right here is a number for it. But I'm super excited. I sure hope this is what I hope it will be. So let's open it up here and take a look at it. It is interesting. It doesn't have a piece of tape on it like they usually do. It doesn't look like the tape was peeled off. Either way, I bought this from a seller I've never bought from before. This comes from Red Hill Cutlery. I've never bought from them before. Well, it don't have the warranty information in the box. I mean, you don't really need it, I don't reckon. You can just go on there and warranty it anyways. You don't need, there's no code or anything on the piece of paper that you need. Plus, when I talked to Baron son, they didn't seem to be too awful concerned about whether you have the warranty card filled out or not. So, I'm so excited about this. Let's take a look at this knife. Either way it turns out, I plan this knife to be a user knife. What do y'all think? You can see right there, this is a bone Barlow, and this is what they call their Bonfire Bone, where they have taken this bone and they've burnt it. You can see there's tons of character and places and spots and marks on the bone. But that's common with natural bone, especially when you burn a knife like this. It kind of accentuates all the little spots and veins in the bone. You'll notice there that it says Barlow right on the bolster. My other Baron son doesn't say that. It's just got the plain bolster. You can see it says Barlow right on it. Let's take a look at the back spring here. That looks pretty good and tight to me, don't it, y'all? I don't see any inherent problems with it. There is nothing on the back bolster. There's no Barlow on that. Let's check centering. What do y'all think of that centering? I think that's just about perfect. So let's get this knife open. There we have our one-arm razor style blade. I believe this one is stainless steel. You can see you've got this long, what do they call them? A long pull nail nick. It's got a satin finish on it. Looks good though. The finish on it isn't too deep. It's not like super as ground. It's finished a little more. There we have our Tang stamp, Baron son. Let me wipe the oil off this. Okay, so now let's check, see how everything meets up. Looks pretty good and square to me, don't it, y'all? I think that looks good. Let's check for blade wobble. No blade wobble, completely tight. You know, that's one thing that I've loved about Baron son with the few I've gotten so far. No blade wobble. No blade wobble. That one peanut that I had sent back it had a little bit the first time I opened it, and after opening it and closing it about 2-3 times, the blade wobble on that one completely disappeared. And that's one of the biggest problems I've had with a lot of the Case knives. I even called Case and talked to them about tightening their bolsters a little more the other day. Nevertheless, this one's absolutely tight. Good snap. I can tell it's going to need to break in, which is common, especially when you're using, I believe, steel liners instead of brass liners like Case uses. I believe it takes longer for the steel liners to break in. But what I've been noticing is Bear & Son would rather put a knife together super tightly and then over time let that knife wear in. So you may not have too good action when you first get it, rather than put it together loosely so it has good action, and then as you use it, the blade gets loose, which can happen sometimes with Case. This Barlow right here, the action was a little slow on it. After using it, though, it steadied right on up, smoothed right on up, got great snap. This one feels exactly the same, and I've noticed that on all these Bear & Sons so far. So I do like that. I would rather my knife be tight and have slow action when I first get it, rather than to get loose over time. This is beautiful in it. This is what they call the Bonfire Bone. Red Hill Cutlery has these on sale for $34. It's an American-made Barlow, and how often do you see one with a beautiful one-armed razor blade like that? And it looks great too. I'm planning on doing some more comparisons and comparing this to the Case, but I'm going to carry this knife and I'm going to enjoy it a bit first. Get an idea for it before I do an actual review on it. But I just wanted to film the initial unboxing. There it is besides the Case. You'll notice the handle's a different shape. This is a Barlow shape. I love the size of this Barlow handle and the slimness here, and I'm telling you, it feels absolutely great in the hand. Where it's kind of thin and it's rounded and it just feels great in the hand. Now, you can see the blade, of course, is a little bit shorter. It's got more of an extreme notch out of the tip, and it's got a slight recurve going toward the handle that just makes it look awesome. Also, you'll notice it has the different nail nick. The other thing I wanted to say was, I think it would be easier to actually open one-handed on your belt or your boot because it's got a sharper tip up here to top. I don't think the Case one is quite pronounced enough to overcome the back spring. But that being said, I'm going to carry this knife, mess around with it, and see what I think of it. I'm super happy with it right off the bat. And I think that bone's pretty neat too, because I don't have to worry about it. You know, it's already got just natural character, creases and stuff on it. This knife is a carrier. If it gets a little discoloration, if it gets color, I'm going to count it for patina. Plus, I love that it says Barlow right there. One thing to check, though, is see how sharp this knife is. Is it shaving sharp? Let me check that real quick before I start using the knife or messing with it. Oh, not quite shaving sharp, but I'll tell you, I'm positive that is paper sharp. Let's run it over this. By the way, they did a great job on the edge here. It's even all the way across the knife. They do a really good job, I've noticed. What have I had, like 6 Bear & Sons so far? Every single one of them has had an absolutely excellent blade grind. Nothing to fuss or argue about at all. Nothing to critique in that regard. Now let's try it. So like I said, that right there is plenty. Sharp enough to do paper as it was, but just that little bit on a ceramic rod or a strop, and it's ready to pop hairs right off your arm, as you saw. So I'm going to carry this knife, play around with it a little bit, enjoy it for a while, and I'll cut some more into this video here in a little while. See you later. Okay, so I went ahead and washed this knife out like I usually do when I get a knife. Washed it out real good, and I put some wax on the bone, which I'll do a lot of times just to make sure it's not dry. And where this one was burnt, I thought it would be a good practice to do that on this one. But ain't this a beautiful knife? I've been carrying it around. The action is cleaned right up on it. I really didn't have to. I opened it maybe 50 times. Something like that. Now it's got some nice snapping to it. Listen to the talk. And then if we're going to look at the action, you can see it snaps right into place. Just got a nice firm click and shutting. Just perfect. That's the kind of walk and talk that you really enjoy. Feels good. And that's how I thought it would clean up, because it feels just like my other Bear & Son Barlow. Feels great. Like I said, I didn't have to do anything really except what y'all saw on the blade. You can see how nice and even that blade is, so I don't know what else to say about this knife. It's a really, really nice knife. And if y'all like Barlows, or y'all like the one-armed razor, or you want to try something different, just go for this knife. I don't think you could regret it. Everybody's not going to like these Bonfire Bone handles, because you can see all the grain in the bone and all that kind of stuff, but I think it looks good. Now, some of the grains, like, go along the back here. If somebody didn't know what they were looking at, they may think that they were cracks, but those aren't cracks. Those are just grain in the bone. So I understand some people may not like the Bonfire Bone. I also really like the Barlow etch. It looks really good on there. This is a 2024 blade, I believe. So that's kind of interesting. But nevertheless, let's compare it to some other knives. First thing I'll say is, compared to the case razor, which is not a Barlow really, but this case razor here, I've never been able to open this one one-handed. That's what this divot is for in the end, to hook it on your belt or boot or something. I never have been able to. But this one opens up real easy one-handed. I don't have any trouble doing that at all. And the reason for that, I believe, is if you look at the tips here, if you'll notice, the Bear & Son has a much sharper divot. It goes in a lot deeper, and this tip here is a little sharp. And that allows it to catch enough that you can actually use it as a one-arm razor. To open it one-handed, I mean. This one right here, it's rounded off so much that you can't do it. I've never been able to do this. I don't know if the case has more tension or not. I think they're about the same. They're about the same tension-wise on the back spring. It's just the design of the cutout. This one is cut out a little sharper, a little deeper. Makes it work a little better at what it's intended to be doing. Now, this is my regular Bear & Son Barlow. This is the rosewood version. This one's readily available. Normally runs like $42 or something. Stainless steel blades. Nice rosewood handles. This is the double blade. Size-wise, the handles are the same shape, as you can see right there, except you're going to get Barlow inscribed on the bolster on this one, and you're going to be getting this razor blade instead of a clip point blade. And the other difference is going to be that the regular Barlow is a 2-blade, so you're going to also get this little pin blade right here, where of course this is a single blade, so you're only getting the one blade. This is going to result in the knife being a whole lot thinner, as you can see right here. So if you prefer the thinness, that makes sense. Now I will say that the classic design for a Barlow with a clip point blade and a pin blade is going to be more versatile than this is going to be. But this is cooler, and it just depends what you're going after. But they're both great, both classics. Also, the knife weighs 2.50 ounces, which is pretty light, considering what it is. Probably a little bit heavier than most Sodbuster Juniors, but still a good weight. Now for some comparisons. Here it is next to a Sodbuster Junior. As you can see, it is shorter overall. Here is a Case Mini Trapper. Full-size 54 pattern trapper from Case. Here's a Case Peanut. And while we're at it, here's a Bear & Son Peanut, if I can keep from dropping some stuff there. He's got some magnetic issues, but nevertheless, you can see the size of him there. While we're at it, we'll just run on through some other Bear & Sons in the collection. Here is their large Stockman, 37 pattern Stockman. As you can see, it's larger. Here is their large farmhand. This is the 38 pattern farmhand. Great knife. And lastly, here's their so popular 4-inch Barlow. This is one they made for Queen, but it's the same knife. So I just want to finish out by saying that Bear & Son is making some absolutely great knives. And if they will keep making knives like these, oh, it'd be absolutely great. I really appreciate the way this knife is put together. And also the price and the design. It's super neat. I'm very happy. I could not be happier with this. This is in my top 10 favorite knives, easy. And I've been pleased with all the knives I've got from them except for that one peanut. And y'all can go back and watch those videos and how that worked out. But especially these last two that I got from them, these two, these are just absolutely excellent knives. And what I've noticed is these are the most recent made. The other knives I'd got from them were made like in 21 or 22, like this Barlow here. And these are a step up. They're a little bit more detailed. Functionality is about the same, a little more detail. So that right there is my review. Y'all will probably be seeing a whole lot more of this knife in the future because I plan to carry and enjoy this knife because it's so neat. Y'all have a good day and make sure you keep your knives sharp.